Good day to you.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that. Good luck to you.
Let's have a word about the price.
Well, we can try it.
Agree?
That sounds pretty interesting. A little less and I'll be satisfied. Aye, that would do it.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right, let's see what we can do about that. Farewell.
Let's talk about the price.
Well, we can try it. Aye, for that amount, I can be persuaded.
About betting on the tourney, I'd be interested. What kind of wager are we talking about?
I'm glad to hear it. A nice little wager. Well, break a leg. Literally, I hope. God be with you. Yeah.
God be with you. Do you need anything? May the Lord watch over you.
I'm interested in your services.
So what are you interested in?
I'll certainly need a physician to treat my wounds. Then a hot bath and laundering my clothes.
I'm sure you'll be extremely satisfied. God bless.
Yeah.
Remind me again where the money's supposed to be.
When we were running from Skalitz, I heard something. I don't know who said it. It's a miracle I could even hear it in that chaos. Either way, somebody hid a lot of coin under a dovecote.
Under a dovecote? And that's it?
That's all I know. How many dovecots could there be in Skalitz? If you've got the guts to go back there, you're bound to find it.
Fine. We'll see.
Hey, you. A word in your ear. You there. Come here a moment. God be with you, good sir.
What are you hanging around for? Don't you have any work to do?
No, I don't. Sigismund's marauders took everything I had and reduced me to beggary.
What's it about?
Since I lost everything, I've been doing whatever I could to survive. Only I got caught with my hand in someone else's pocket. And since then, I can't even set foot on the square without the catchpoles pouncing on me.
So you're a pickpocket? All right, get to the point, but keep your hands where I can see them.
My honestly begged groschen were taken from me by that bastard of a guard, Pazdera. He claimed I stole them and took them for himself, the swine. Well, if you can get them from his pocket back into mine, where they rightfully belong, I'll give you a share and teach you a handy trick too. What do you say?
All right, I reckon I can manage that. How much coin are we talking about?
Everything he has on him. Half is yours.
It all sounds a bit fishy.
Well, take it or leave it. But if you get my money back from Pazdera the guard, I'm sure I can put some more work your way.
Here's your groschen.
I followed you for a while and I didn't see you rob no one. But suit yourself. Coin is coin. I'll give you some of the groschen back, like I promised. And I've got another job for you.
What's this other job, then?
Everywhere you go here, you'll see wretches like me. Poor souls that don't have a pot to piss in and have to beg. Then take a look and rat-eye at all the gentlefolk with their noses in the air, looking out only for themselves, with not a moment's thought for the poor. Well, from one fine lady, you could get alms to feed the whole lot of us here.
Alms for everyone? That would be quite a purse. But I'll see what I can do.
That's the spirit. In return, I'll teach you something useful, and you'll get a share too, of course.
Here's the coin you wanted.
Good. Keep half for your effort. Interested in another job?
You mentioned another job. I'm all ears.
Aye. There's a good widow living in squalor with us in the camp. She sold the last memento she had of her sainted mother to a moneylender so she could feed her young ones. And now she's so torn with regret, she can't sleep nights.
You want me to get this memento back?
Just so. I'd do it myself, only I can't show my face on the town square without the catchpoles kicking my arse. Steal her ring back from that usurer, Wolf from Bruda. You can pick your own reward while you're at it. He's so rich it ain't decent.
I'll be right back.
Take care now.
What am I to do? A poor wretch whose home was burned to ashes by Sigismund's horde?
Good day to you. What do you need?
About that quarrel. And is there some way I could help you? I'm credibility itself.
I'm sorry, Henry, but My wife would kill me if I told everyone who passed by.
God be with you.
Rakes, spades, forks, and axes. All you need to tame Mother Nature.
Keepers of
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knacker's job?
And what of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
I'm also looking for a cook. Do you know of a good cook who's looking for work?
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone. Only...
Well, what's the problem? Did something happen to her?
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of work.
But having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's not fit for a decent person, only for the knacker or the executioner's servant?
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a job, even if it is hauling shit?
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for displaced people. When we return to Skalitz, they'll never be able to rid themselves of the stink.
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin and is fit for hard work?
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for such work.
But who should I talk to then? Where will I find them?
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the Rathaus, so they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
Thanks. I'll go.
May the Lord watch over you.
What do you want? Goodbye.
Great good neighbours, but I'm reduced to this. I'm from Skalitz and... Good day to you. What do you need? May the Lord watch over you.
Greetings. What do you need?
I'd like to enroll in the big tournament.
You'll have to wait a few days until Sir Hanush announces another one. Come then, and I'll gladly sign you up.
I'd like to take lodgings here until the next tourney starts.
Certainly. Have you got the coin?
Here you are.
Good luck to you.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
I'd like to enroll in the big tournament.
All right. As long as you've got the enrollment stake, Sir Hanish's rule is every contestant has to put up 3 score groschen.
Of course. Here you are.
What's your name?
I'm Henry, from Skalitz.
I'll make a note of that. And I need to know what weapon you choose.
Short sword and shield, definitely.
Good. Get yourself ready. You're next in line. May the Lord watch over you. Meeting face to face in this round will be Henry of Skalitz from the company of Sir Radzig Kobyla, who will measure his skills against Jake the Stake, a brewery hand from Ratai. Welcome, our warriors. And this very first bout will afford plenty of entertainment. Our combatants will demonstrate their skills with short sword and shield.
Giving up already? Fucking hell! Sigiri! Had enough? God! What's up? Shit yourself? What? Lost your... Curse it! Whoa! waiting.
Fuck!
That's the end of the first round of combat, and the victor is Jake the Snake. And now's the time to choose weapons for the next duel. The combatants will engage in a duel with warhammers and shields.
What's up? Shit yourself?
Fuck this!
Giving up already? You're going to cry now? Here! Take that! I'm over here. What's the matter?
Victorious, he shall proceed to the next round of the Ratai Tourney. Ratai Tournament! A tournament in which the bravest men in the whole province match their strength and skill. A tournament that never lacks in suspense, excitement, surprises, and glory. I now declare the Ratai Tournament. The first combatant will be...
God be with you.
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for a cook.
That's right. I'm searching for a good cook, but I've said all that to our esteemed bailiff.
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Ah, I see. Well, ask away then.
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, It would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young, nimble.
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry. I also heard that you need workers to to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners. That's not a concern for decent people.
But I need to know.
Enough. I won't have such talk in my home.
I also heard there are vacant carrier jobs.
Yes, yes. I'm surprised it hasn't occurred to anyone sooner. It will certainly benefit the city if the burghers don't have to send their own servants.
It will benefit my people as well.
Of course, of course. It goes without saying. Take care now.
Deliver us from perils, only pure and blessed one. What do you want from me now?
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did, before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked sent me to you.
I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, but I can't just go serve someone else.
Why not?
Because I'm still Father Francis's housekeeper.
But I heard he fled and isn't coming back.
Don't pay any attention. They're just rumors. I'm still his housekeeper.
Father Francis no longer needs a housekeeper.
What? Don't tell me he's found a new one.
No, he died.
Mary, Mother of God. What happened to him? Did they murder him? But he was gone before those godless animals came along. They couldn't have caught up with him.
Well, they did catch up to him in the end. I heard they cut him down before he reached Sasau, and he died after a few days.
Oh, Lord. That's horrible. Such a good man he was. What will I do without him?
Well, there's still Hagen. You can have a good life in his service.
You're probably right. What else would I do at my age? Very well, I'll go into his service. But right now I have to go and pray for one departed soul. Take care.
May the Lord watch over you.
And may the souls of a grocer, whatever you
God be with you, good sir.
You're here about the water carrying?
I am. Where do I get some pails?
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job. I have to ask you a few things first.
What for? I can handle the job. But ask away.
Are you here because you want to carry water?
Well, I'd rather be back at the winch. Turning it so fast I'd make everyone's head spin. But now I want to carry water at least, since there's some money in it.
I know everything I need.
So, can I go carry water then?
Not yet. I'll tell the bailiff and he'll choose.
Well, I hope he chooses me. Otherwise, I might be very angry.
I'll bear that in mind.
Good luck to you.
You just going to pretend I'm not here?
Good day to you.
You just going to pretend I'm not here?
You're here about the water carrying?
Aye. I can hold water all day long.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you don't.
I do. I want it. What do I have to do?
Not talking to me?
Besides water, you could carry... you could empty latrines.
What?
You just going to pretend
Carry
I'm
shit?
not here?
That'd be a new one for me. No, it's not a thing I'd go around boasting about.
Not talking to me?
That's enough for now.
So, we're agreed then? When do I start working?
Hey,
Look, the bailiff is the one who'll decide after I report back to him.
So, I might not get the job? I'll be in the shit if I don't. Understand?
hey.
God be with you.
Am I invisible or what?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Not talking to me?
You're one of the people interested in work?
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions. You are...
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines, and not just in the mines. So,
at the mines? So you're a miner?
that's right. I worked in the East Shaft, and I hope I'll be working there again. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships? When will they open the mines again?
Hey, am I invisible or what?
I have no idea what their lordships plan to do about it.
All right. I just thought you might have heard something.
You just going to
That's enough for now.
Good luck to you.
Make it quick, though. I don't care much for your scent.
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs, not the bailiff.
It's true. Do you know how to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles, then I might have something for you.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me, though. So I came here myself.
Be that as it may, I already have the people I need to carry water. And anyway, it's no job for a woman.
I'm strong enough to knock you on your arse, you pot. God bless.
Good health to you.
Are you here on account of the water carrying?
Yes, I am. My name is Vincent.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask a few questions and we'll see. All right?
Fine. Ask away.
What did you do before this?
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father, anyway?
He was Moimir. We had a farm near Scarlet's.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father. And the farm, too. But Ma says there's no use dwelling on it. Life must go on.
And what would you give me if I put in a good word for you?
I've got nothing to give.
Oh, come now. You say you want the job, so prove it to me.
Mother told me I should go and help. If you don't want my help, fair enough.
That's enough for now.
Farewell.
My respects to you.
You're interested in carrying water?
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Keep your questions for good-for-nothings.
That's enough for now.
May the Lord watch over you.
Carrots and apples picked today to put a smile on your face. Fresh bread. Pour yourself a bit fresh. Cucumbers that'll cure what ails you.
God be with you. May the Lord watch over you. Good day to you. What do you need?
I know everything I need to know to pick the carriers.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damn business off my back. So how have you decided?
So, how do we do this? Do I just give you their names, or should I send for them?
Just tell me their names and whether they should carry water or something else. Don't worry, I'll send for them.
Cornelius.
Ah, Cornelius. I had him here once looking for a job. Where do you want to put him? I'd like to see him with buckets of shit.
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next.
Vasil. Goes by the moniker of Pickman.
Pickman. I hope he doesn't have a history of pickpocketing.
No. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop off 2 of his fingers.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose. Where do you want to put him?
Or maybe someone else.
Jesus, I can see this ain't going to be easy.
Tonda. They call him the Winch.
The Winch? Not to be good with a bucket anyway. What's he going to do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Vincent. Moimir's son.
Vincent? Never heard of him. What do you think he should do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Antonia.
What? A woman?
Yeah, is that a problem? You never said it had to be only men.
I didn't, but I kind of assumed it would be clear. It's a long walk with a heavy load, man's work.
It'll have to be someone else then. Peter, better known as Rock.
Peter? Rock? Didn't he get into a fight and injure his arm? Well, what should he do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water. Who's next?
Vasil goes by the moniker of Pickman.
Pickman. I hope he doesn't have a history of pickpocketing.
No. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop off 2 of his fingers.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose. Where do you want to put him?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job. Next?
That's it.
Good. All decided. Now about the cook's job.
I chose a cook as well. Should I tell you or go to Hagen?
Tell me who you chose and I'll take care of it.
I chose old Agnes for the cook's job. I had a job convincing her, but it was worth it. She's the best cook around.
Glad to hear it. I'll have to drop in on Hagen for lunch sometime.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
Nothing of interest to me, thank Christ.
Take care.
You look like something the cat dragged in.
I'd like to know...
Do you know anything about those human rapists? About... you know.
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they... Well, folk tell awful stories about them. I hope I never see them again.
That's all.
Do you know Elishka, the wife of the man who was hanged recently?
The one that's with the executioner now?
That's her.
Life can be cruel sometimes.
Right. And do you know if she has kinfolk somewhere around?
How should I know? Now, if you don't mind, I'm very busy.
If Elishka stays with the executioner, it'll end up being your problem anyway.
Christ, oh, all right then. Tell the scribe.
Where can I find him?
He's suffering with some ailment, so no doubt he'll be lying in his chambers above his study, on the top floor of the rat house. Good luck to you.
My respects to you.
Is it possible to find out from the records where someone lives?
You think we keep records of every serf? For Christ's sake, they breed like rabbits.
But I thought that in the rat house, though, in the books...
Boy, the books are for recording pacts, undertakings, punishments, property rights, and so forth. In other words, important things. We don't keep records of serfs.
Elishka won't be happy about that.
Elishka? You don't mean the one who married into the Mishek family?
Yes. Yes, you know her.
Why wouldn't I? I used to play dice with old Mishek years ago. He had a son, a nice, polite lad. How is he?
Oh, he's quite tied up these days.
Well, if you see him, tell him to swing by.
And where are the Misheks living now?
A stone's throw from Rate by the small fish pond.
Thanks.
Take care now.
Baked goods fresh from the oven. Come and get them.
Stop! I need to search you.
Help me, people, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a fire? No. Well, bugger off then. Push off, you beggar.
What do you want?
I've got information about your daughter-in-law. Elishka's fine, only she needs...
Never heard of her. Get lost.
She's your nearest kin. Elishka's part of your family, and she really needs you...
I won't help anyone.
Listen, you old hag. If you interrupt me one more time...
Fuck off!
I could make it worth your while.
Really? And what is it you want?
Your son's widow needs help. She has nowhere to go.
What do I care about some useless girl?
She could help you with the farm. She definitely knows how to take care of things.
A bit of help would come in handy. Send her here, then. But don't let her think she'll be taking it easy. She'll have her work cut out.
That sounds quite...
And if I hear a peep out of her, I'll take a stick to her back.
Fine salvation this is.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I'm told good Christians turn the other cheek.
Aha. Are you hinting I should forgive you for leaving me high and dry last time?
No, no. I must earn your forgiveness. Nothing less than showing my undying admiration for you will do.
Aha, for a start. And?
And, a deluge of compliments.
Henry, you're such a jester.
So, mistress of my heart, fairest of all maids, would you care to accompany me to town?
It's late now, but come by earlier tomorrow.
God be with you.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that. God be with you.
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, so.
What about this?
We're getting there. Just drop the price a bit more. Finally, a reasonable sum.